Hey everyone, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So today is Monday and this is the start of a new weekly vlog. So I am currently reading A Wolf in the Garden by Allegra Hall, and I'm about 64% into this book and I am expecting to finish it today. So that is really my only reading plans that I have so far for this week. The month does change over in the middle of the week, so on Wednesday the 1st I will probably start trying to tackle my April TBR, but for now I'm just kind of mood reading. So I am probably gonna finish A Wolf in the Garden and then I might start one of my new romantic suspenses that I've gotten yesterday. So I had 2 books be delivered yesterday, so I might end up starting one of those potentially if I end up finishing A Wolf in the Garden. But I do really need to prioritize studying a little bit this week just because my exam retake is on Thursday, and so I'm gonna try and do a little bit more studying this week than reading. So that is the goal and the plan. I might end up trying to do a readathon this weekend potentially. We'll see. Probably not though, just because I feel like I'm gonna be trying to like recoup. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and head out so I can go to work. I need to put my camera on the charger because it is at 5%. And with that, I will talk to you guys once I get home from work. I am now home from work and I'm gonna get ready to get Navy some dinner, myself some dinner, and relax for the night. I did have some time throughout the day to do some studying, so I feel like I have covered enough for today, and so I definitely will hop back into it tomorrow. I'm really just trying to pace myself, so I'm not going to get into any of that tonight, but my plan is to finish my book. So I did not get a chance to finish it while I was at work today, though I have been listening to the audiobook, and I will say this book is like, I'm ready for it to be over. And honestly, if I don't finish this book tonight, I'm probably going to DNF it because I literally just do not care. But I am still reading A Wolf in the Garden by Allegra Hall. I'm just not into it. Like, it's just not for me. Like, it's fine, but like, it's not amazing. It's not great. It's so long. I definitely feel like everything that's happening could have happened in 300 pages instead of 5. Like, I feel like we should be done with the book at this point, but I guess she just wanted to put in a bunch of extra sex scenes just for funsies. So I'm currently 82%. It still says that I have 2 hours and 59 minutes left in the audiobook, but I am listening to it on 3x speed just to kind of like get through it, and I'm not sure if that time is accurate or not on 3x speed. I don't think it is, because if I put it on 1, it still says 2 hours and 59 minutes. So on 3x speed, that is, you know, less than an hour. So I'm thinking I'm going to just listen to the audiobook and try and push through it for like 45 minutes. There's some stuff on my computer that I wanted to print out for my reading journal, so I might put the audiobook in and listen to that while I'm doing that and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. It is about to be 6 o'clock, so I do kind of want to watch an episode of Love Island, and I do want to go ahead and like shower and get in my pajamas and things, which Navy's dog friend, who is like one of my neighbors and co-workers, which is an interesting story, we saw them walking by the house, and so he was like, hey, like, do you want to let the dogs run for a minute? And I was like, yeah, like, come on, like, head to the backyard. And so Navy and Brody is the dog's name. Navy and Brody did some running around for about 20 minutes outside, and so now he's a little bit tired, which we love to see. I love when he's like super tired because that just means that he's getting the exercise that he needs. But anyways, so well, just before that I did end up doing a little unboxing. I did get a new mattress pad for my bed in my bedroom, so I did actually just change my sheets yesterday, so I'm probably gonna wait to put that on until I change my sheets again, because the thought of having to take all of my sheets off my bed to put that on to then put my sheets back on the bed when I literally just put the sheets on the bed yesterday makes me actually want to claw my eyes out. So I don't think I'm gonna do that today. But anyways, so that is it for my little bit of an update. I'll probably update if and when I finish A Wolf in the Garden, but I don't think I'm gonna rate it very highly. It is now a little bit later and I just finished A Wolf in the Garden. And I think I'm giving this book 2 stars. This book just was not for me. Like, it was so long. Oh my god, it was so long. And it was like kind of boring. Like, it was fine. Like, not a lot happened in it because we're following, honestly, I already forgot her name because I just like didn't care that much, but I think her name was Ellie, and she has a garden business, and it's like a little, like an actual like garden. So like she has like different like plants and things, and she like does like landscaping and stuff. And so in this world, a couple of years ago, what was essentially like the veil, I guess, between worlds like dropped. And so a lot of people who were in the human realm found out that they weren't actually human, and that there had been these like creatures living in the human world for years and years and years. And so people who thought they were human realized that they were half fae or half wolf or half, you know, dragon or, you know, shifter or whatever. And so people are like navigating this world with now monsters living in this world with them. And so basically the story is fated mates. So Ellie had a relationship with this guy Van when she was like 18, and it's now like years later, and she was like super ingrained into like his family. Like, she's known him for so long, and she had this like really close relationship with his family, and then his sister died and his family like picked up and moved, and they ended up being like wolves and like wolf shifters, and Ellie ended up being like a fae. And so they're like fated mates, but he didn't get to come back to her until like later down the line. I think it was like 9 years later or something like that. And so then, yeah, then after that it's like literally insta love, insta lust, and they just like start, you know, getting it on and whatnot. And like, it was, I mean, like the scenes weren't that good to me or interesting to me, or like I really didn't care about any of it. I didn't care about the relationship, didn't really care about them as individuals or really any of that. So yeah, 2 stars to that. So now I will be moving on to, well, first I'm gonna watch an episode of Love Island, and then if I have time before going to bed, which I probably won't, I am going to start one of my new books. Okay, so I just got Obsession Falls by Claire Kingsley in the mail yesterday. And as you guys probably know, because I won't freaking shut up about it, I am in my romantic suspense era. So that is literally all I'm wanting to read, all I care about reading, all that is consuming my life right now is romantic suspense. So this is the first book that I'm gonna pick up for this romantic suspense journey that I'm on. I've already read 7 romantic suspense books this year, and 5 or 6 of them have been within the last like month and a half. So I'm trying this one. This is a different author. I've never read from this author before. I've been absolutely obsessed with Catherine Cowles lately, so I do have 1 book from her, but since tomorrow's the last day of the month before my TBR gets unlocked, I say unlocked because basically in my brain the books on my April TBR are off limits until April 1st. So until those books are unlocked, this is my read. But like I mentioned earlier, I am planning to take my reading just a little bit slower this week, just because I do have that exam like I was saying. So this is next up on the docket for reads. So I'm gonna turn on my episode of Love Island and watch it. I should be done with it around 8:30-ish, so then that gives me about 30 minutes to start Obsession Falls. And with that, I will talk to you guys potentially before I go to bed. We'll see, but tomorrow is my half work from home day, so I should be able to talk to you guys sometime tomorrow. So with that, I will talk to you later. Happy Tuesday, new release Tuesday. So I do have some books coming today, so we will be unboxing those a little bit later whenever those do get here. But I am currently on lunch right now. I did just get home from the office, and I'm starting my second half of my workday here in the next few minutes after I get done eating and everything. But while I'm eating and while I'm on lunch, I am going to watch an episode of Love Island All Stars while I eat, and then I'm gonna get back to work. But so I did have a little bit of a reading update, not a big one. So I ended up just going to bed last night. I did not end up starting Obsession Falls last night like we had talked about, but I did start it on my way home from the office earlier. So it was about a 15-minute or so drive. So I was able to listen to some of this during that time. And I have made it to page like 24, 25. I'm on chapter 4, so I'm not very far into this at all. But so far we're following Josiah, and so far we know that he owns like a construction, home flipping, renovation type business, and that 5 years ago he was getting ready to get engaged to this woman, and she chose a job over her life with him. So he has like sworn off relationships and women, and he's like, no, I'm just gonna be a bachelor and that's just gonna be my life. And then we're also following Audrey, and she has come back home to live with her mom and work at a newspaper. She does have a journalism degree, but we don't really know why she has decided to leave Idaho to come back to town. So I'm assuming we will get some of that a little bit later once we get to know the characters a little bit more. But so far I'm liking it. The audiobook is narrated by Connor Craze, and he is my favorite male narrator. So I'm super excited to listen to the audiobook just so I can listen to him tell the story. So love that. But that is my update for my reading right now. I am probably also, while I'm on my lunch break, going to print off some things for my April spreads for my journal, just because April is tomorrow, so I need to make sure that I have that done. So I'm thinking I might do that like this evening when I get home from class, or if I have some time between meetings or between the time that I get off and the time that it's time for me to leave to go to class. So we will see. I will also try to do my best to listen to the audiobook while I am working. And yeah, so with that, I'm gonna go eat my lunch before it gets cold, and I'll talk to you guys later once I have some updates. Okay, my package is here, so let's open it. I am so excited. I know there is a new release in here, but also it's some of my romantic suspense that I won't shut up about. So I'm so excited. We're just gonna pull them out randomly. I'm not even gonna look. Okay, good. It has the color on top. Paper on top. First up, we've got Tame the Heart by Ava Hunter. This book is skinnier than I thought it was going to be, but this is the cover. She's pretty. I ordered this cover instead of the other cover just because this cover was cheaper, surprisingly, because I feel like usually the special edition covers are a little bit more expensive, but this cover was cheaper than the like people cover, the regular cover. But I do really like the regular cover, even though there are people on it, but these are cute too. So got this one, super excited to read that. Next, this one is Half Light Harbor by Samantha Young. And I have read a book from Samantha Young before. I read Fight or Flight, and I liked that book, but I did actually unhaul it a few years ago. I don't know why I unhauled it. I just think I knew that I never was going to reread it again. So, but I did like it. And so here is another book by her, this Half Light Harbor. This is a romantic suspense as well, and I am excited to get into that. So these are the only two in this package, but there should be another book coming, and I wonder if that one's coming UPS. These ones came USPS. So if the other, like if my new release is coming UPS, then obviously I don't think they've delivered yet. So that's so exciting that I got these today. So these will be some of the last books on my Q1 book haul. And then of course my one other book that's coming today, which is the actual new release. But anyways, I'm gonna catalog these in my Notion really quickly, and I'm gonna get back to work. So with that, I will talk to you when I'm off, potentially. It is 7:30 now, and I am done with class. So, okay, my professor sent us a notification, was like, hey, woke up not feeling good today, so class is gonna be on Zoom. Amazing for me, because that means I didn't have to drive 34 minutes to class. But I still did listen to some of my audiobook while I was waiting for class to start. And class ended early, which I love, and it's amazing because I'm already at home, so I don't have to drive 34 minutes back. So I'm just saving time all around, which I love. So that gives me a tiniest bit of reading update in Obsession Falls. So I am on chapter 11. I'm on page 78, and so far I am enjoying this. I will say sometimes the main female character is coming off a little like cringe to me. And I don't know if it's maybe just because of the way that she's like coming across in Josiah's point of view, but she you can tell that she's like nervous around him because she's like stammering and stumbling and like talking a lot. And I don't know if it's just like the way that it's written, but it's like kind of throwing me for a loop sometimes. But it's not bad enough that I'm like, I can't stand it, like I gotta stop reading. I will say we are getting some POVs from her stalker, which, okay, because I don't even know if it's like a stalker situation, but I mean, it says, but the feeling of being watched is just the beginning for Audrey. Next thing she knows, she's a target and she doesn't know who's behind it or why. And so we're getting POVs from this person who is targeting her. So like, we don't know who it is, but we're getting their POV. And I am so into that. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good. This is good. I'm liking it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. And also too, of course, the romance, because when I tell you that man burst in on her when she was naked in the bathtub and I was cackling. Oh my goodness. That was awful. That like, oh my God, that was hilarious, but so awful for her, and I hated that for her. But I'm having a good time reading it, so I'm excited to continue on. This is a completed series, which I love, and it's 6 books following each brother in the Haven family. So amazing, stunning. If I love this book and want to continue on in the series, I can. So I'll just keep ordering the books until I read them all. But also too, I do really like this cover. Like, I feel like it's the blue that I am just like resonating with. I don't know. So that is my update on this. I did some homework and I didn't like do montage or anything because I literally was like honed in because I needed to get this done so that way I could like push it and then they can merge it and do whatever for our like group projects. That way that is done. So that's one less thing that I have to worry about, especially in lieu of my exam coming up. And then I was able to do a little bit in my journal. So I will say I'm not loving it. So this is what she's looking like so far. And I can't say I'm too happy with the way that it turned out because I was originally going to do something else on this page here, but it just didn't fit the vibe. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to try and do something like this instead. And it actually like opens up, but I was supposed to cover the back of this, but this was so intricate to cut out that I didn't want to cut out again. And then by the time that I remembered that I was going to do something for the back of this, I'd already put it in. And so this is like kind of flopping around. So it's not very like sturdy. And obviously because it flips out like this, I can't really like fix it very easily. So I don't know how this is gonna work. We'll see. I had sort of a vision, but the vision kind of got cloudy and now I don't really know what I was going for. So we'll see if I can figure it out and fix it. And then of course I did like the little header for this page and I will go in and add like the title and things for this page. And then I do have like one more page because this is my like yes, no, maybes page. Normally I read enough to where it takes up 2, but I don't think I read enough this past month for it to take up 2. And then I am going to need to go in and put in like my stats for March. So I will be probably doing that tomorrow just because I like to make sure that I have done all the reading that I'm going to do for the month. And I could still potentially finish this tonight. I don't know. We'll see because I am about to be done studying, doing homework, all of those things for the evening. I'm gonna go put on my pajamas and shower and get comfortable and do all the things. And then I'm just gonna read for the next hour because by the time I get out of the shower and get in my pajamas and stuff, it'll be almost 9 o'clock. So yeah, I am thinking that I'm probably gonna go, tomorrow is my work from home day because I do have class, but I'm thinking that I might go into the office in the morning and do a half day in office because I feel like, so my job is very like lenient on the fact that I'm in school. And so I can like study between meetings if I have time, if I'm not like crazy busy. And they also are very aware that this is my last semester and everything. So I feel like I can focus a little bit better when I'm in the office than when I'm at home, just because home for me is comforting and I'm like wanting to relax when I'm at home. So I feel like work is a more productive environment when it comes to things like that. So I am thinking that because I have a pretty like slow calendar tomorrow that I can get in a bit of studying in between meetings. So I am thinking that that's gonna be the move tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see. Also too, tomorrow after work, I did have plans to film my Q1 book haul. So that might happen tomorrow too, we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I did start editing here in the last few minutes, and guys, I fear that if yapping too much was a condition, I would be afflicted, because I don't know how to shut up. I don't know how to stop talking to you. Like, I've already been talking to you for 8 minutes about literally nothing, and it shows. It shows, because why am I editing this video? I've already done the rough cut, mind you. The rough cut has happened. We're sitting at 1 hour and 34 minutes. 1 hour and 34 minutes. And I've already started on the intricate editing. And so I've literally so far only cut out like 1 minute with the intricate editing. It's bad. I hope you guys are liking these long vlogs, because clearly I don't know how to shut up. Happy Wednesday. So it is the day before my exam, and I have been studying, and I have gone to class. Well, okay, it was on Zoom, so I didn't have to like go, but my class is over now. I'm off of work, and I've been doing some studying. I am going to take a practice test before I am done studying for the day, and just gonna kind of let it be, let my brain kind of like rest and process and all the things. But I am going to film my Q1 book haul while it is still light, and that'll kind of give me a little bit of a break before I take my practice test. And I did actually have an unboxing. So the book that's on top is one that was delivered yesterday, and I had said, I was like, oh, maybe because one came USPS and one came UPS. No, they both came USPS, and this one just so happened to fit in my mailbox, so they put it in there. Even though I had a different package, like they didn't drop this with the other package. So love that. Didn't get that until today. And then I do have another box to open as well, which was a part of New Release Tuesday, but it didn't come until today. So I'm counting those as April books. And this one, since it was delivered yesterday, does count as a March book. Also, happy April 1st. It's April Fool's Day. I've seen a couple of funny little April Fool's pranks online, which has been so funny. I feel like the best one is probably Teddy Hamilton reading the dictionary for Audible. I feel like that is like the best April Fool's prank I've seen. But anyway, so in this is Game On by Nevessa Allen. It is very green. It is like, it is definitely greener than I thought. But she's very, very green, very neon green. So this book is following Tyler and Stella. Do I remember who these people are? No, but I'm sure when I get into it, I will remember. But it is Enemies to Lovers, and it's a dark romance. These series aren't really dark to me. They're like dark rom-coms. So I don't know. But anyways, so super excited to have this. This will be in the book haul, since this was for a March book. But these books will not be in the book haul, which I want to say the book haul video will be coming after. No, it won't be coming after this one. It'll be coming before this one. So it'll come after the one that, after last week's vlog. So because I've been editing that. But anyways, so now in this box we've got, oh, this is only one book. I could have sworn there was another one. Wow, this is thick. Oh my goodness. So this is The Poison Daughter by Sheila Masterson, and this book did get picked up trad, so I wanted to grab the indie version. Plus I've been hearing amazing things about this book. I had it on my wish list for a while, and so when I heard that it was going trad, I decided to go ahead and pick this up. Plus one of the girls at work was telling me about it the other day and how she was getting ready to pick it up, so I was like, okay, I'm going to grab this. And it is way thicker than I anticipated. I wonder if this is a standalone. I honestly don't know, but I definitely thought there were going to be 2 books in this because I did have another book coming for new release. This obviously is not a new release, but I did have 1 book coming for new release today. So it must have come in a different box, and is probably in the mailbox because of that thing where they do where if it fits in the mailbox they put it in there regardless of if it should go in there or not, because the amount of times that I've had to like tug stuff out of that little slot because they're like, oh well, it fits in the back, but like the opening at the front isn't wide enough. It's not the same width as like the back where they put the mail in, so you have to like tug it out of the mail. Like, is anybody else have these problems? Like, is this like am I crazy, or like has anyone else experienced this? Because I feel like it is annoying and a pain in my butt, and if they would just go back to having regular mailboxes and not like those clusters, I feel like it would alleviate a lot of the problems. But anyways, that's my little rant about the mailbox. Nothing against the postal workers. Obviously, you know, they're just trying to do their job. I get it. You know, no tea, no shade on them. Appreciate the postal people. But the people who aren't out there delivering the mail and decided that the post boxes, the cluster boxes are what we needed. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go do a few shifts at the post office. Thanks. But anyways, so I was getting books together to do my book haul. So I'm gonna do that. And then also too, I do have a little bit of a reading update because I was listening to the audiobook because I did end up going to the office this morning. And so on my commute to, and then on my commute home, I was listening to Obsession Falls by Claire Kingsley. So I am making some pretty good progress in it. I'm currently on chapter 21. So I'm 165 pages into the book and I'm enjoying it. I am feeling like the romance is like there, but I feel like it was just kind of like a flip switch. But I mean, we read the part of the switch flipping, if you will, for Josiah. So it's not bothering me too bad that it's like they were like not really together. Now they're like kind of together. So I don't know, but they're going on a date and it's like a hiking date and she gets to bring her dog, and like that's so fun because he's like thinking about what she likes, and like because she likes her dog so much, she's like, yeah, I bring the dog with us. I love it. I love it. Anyway, so I'm having a good time. I'm gonna go finish stacking the books for the book haul, and I will update you guys again later, probably before I go to bed. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna do a practice test and stuff. So yeah, talk to you again later. Okay, so I just finished filming my book haul and it had 72 books on it, which is literally insane. But I will have a few that I'm looking to unhaul. So there's 5 from the stack that I'm looking to potentially unhaul, so love that, I guess. But I am over 50% read, so that is amazing, or like right around 50% read, so that's why I like to keep that number. But I wanted to update because now that I have all these books sitting right here, I think I'm gonna go stack them in my foyer just because my floor is coming. I ordered it. It should be here in about 2 weeks, so that gives me about 2 weeks to start clearing out the office. And I'm probably going to wait for a majority of the office when I start cleaning it out until closer to. But since I've already pulled these books off the shelves and I'm gonna need to put them somewhere, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the foyer. And if I need one, then I'll just like come and grab it. But that is what I'm thinking I'm about to do, because obviously I will be replacing these shelves. I'm not going to get rid of these shelves. I'm just going to repurpose them and get some new ones. And then of course like redo the office and stuff. So yeah, it's probably going to take me a while, probably at least like a couple of days. And I want to be slow with it. Like I'm not trying to rush. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move these books to the hallway. So with that, I'm gonna do that. The camera is literally about to die because that took me literally so long to film, like probably close to an hour to film because it's that many books. So that video is going to be a long one. But anyways, my camera's about to die. I'm gonna go find me and Navy some dinner, and I'm gonna get back to doing my practice quiz. And if I do well on that, then I'll probably stop for the day and do some more reading. So with that, I will talk to you guys later. Alright friends, so as you saw, I did put my books in the hallway here, so please ignore my camera on the charger. But so I pretty much stacked anything that I had read last month that I wasn't unhauling and everything that I just hauled in this stack right here. So it's all just like sitting here nicely stacked up, and hopefully like as I keep going it'll just continue to stack up and it'll get like taller and taller, which because I obviously I didn't want to stack from this way going this way because I needed room for the front door, because I'm definitely going to have some more packages come, I'm sure. And then also I wanted to make sure that like when I go to move the furniture and stuff out that I will have room to move it. But I did go ahead, feed Navy his dinner, so he has eaten. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner, and I did have leftovers from lunch, so that's an option, but I don't know if I'm really in the mood to eat that again right about now. And then also too, I did take my practice exam and I made 86% on the practice exam, so I'm feeling a bit more confident, and I'm hoping that I can go into this exam tomorrow and do well. We'll see. If I fail again, I do have one more chance to take it, and if I don't pass on the third time, then I will have to take a summer class in order to graduate. But I do think that I should still be able to walk in May, even if I have to take the class. And I don't know, it's just been very difficult trying to like lock in and focus, like especially with everything going on with like my mom's passing and all that, like, and dealing with her assets and things. Like I've just been very, very stressed out. And so obviously with it being my last semester, this was not at all what I needed, with this added stress on top of like trying to complete my last semester. So obviously that's not an excuse at all, but like it definitely does make things a little bit more difficult. So I am just trying to like give myself some grace and just like really be understanding with my circumstances. And if I have to take that class in the summer, it's really not the end of the world. Like I'll be fine. So, but anyways, so I'm about to go figure out what I'm gonna do. I literally walked away because I saw that that dog was about to walk by, and I knew Navy was gonna start freaking out. And freaking out he is. So anyways, I'm gonna go figure out dinner, and then I think I'm done studying for tonight, and I'm gonna go sit on the couch and do some reading. So with that, I will talk to you guys maybe later tonight. I don't know, we'll see. Good morning. So it is Thursday, it is exam day, and I don't know, I'm nervous, but I'm feeling a bit calmer than I thought I was going to. So I have to leave in probably like 45 minutes. So I think I'm gonna sit down and do a practice test really quickly, because my exam is at 11 and it's currently 9:50, and it takes me 34 minutes to get there, as we know. So I do need to leave probably, yeah, in about 30 or so minutes, 20-30 minutes. So I think that's enough time for me to take a practice quiz, or at least just kind of go over it and see. So I am already like dressed. I ate a good breakfast and everything, so I'm gonna get like a water cup to take with me. And then of course I have my 2 calculators and my like study materials here. So I probably, sorry, why am I holding you crooked? Sorry. My study materials here, so I might look over these one more time to just try and see if I can get a refresher. But guys, I'm actually so nervous. I'm so nervous. Oh my god. Like I definitely am feeling more prepared this time around. I am not still feeling like super confident in my ability to take this exam, which, because I have always had like, not like test taking paralysis, but like I've definitely always been someone who doesn't do well at tests. Like I'm not a good test taker at all. I just feel like, personally, I feel like exams and tests don't determine a person's grasp or knowledge on a concept. And so I've always been terrible at tests, because I just feel like the way that questions are worded can make or break how you interpret something, and I feel like exams are made to trick you, and I don't like that, because I feel like that does not determine whether or not you know the material, if that makes sense. So I don't know, but I am nervous. So but yeah, I did just want to let you know that I'm here. I've taken all of the precautions and steps over the last few weeks to try and study for this test, and fingers crossed I pass it. And if I fail it again, I have one more chance, so passing is 70% for this exam. Like, this is one of those exams where it's like you have to make a 70% or higher. So I am, like I said, a bit nervous about it, but it's gonna be fine. So that is my update. I'm gonna run through material. I think I might even leave a little bit early so I can sit in my car for a minute and just kind of like have a second to collect myself and like gather my wits about me, so that way I'm not like crying on the way in. But anyway, so that is my update for now. I did have reading updates, but I will probably talk about those later. I made it, I think it was like 50 something percent into Obsession Falls last night, so I will be listening to the audiobook probably on the way to campus, and then I do actually have to run to my dad's house after my exam, and then I'll be headed home. So I did take the day off from work today just because I knew that it was stress enough. I did not need to be trying to go to work after all that. So anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead, put my shoes on, and yeah, so I think actually bump the practice test because I feel like I don't have time, because I feel like if I sit down and start it, then I'm going to want to finish it, and that might cause me to run late, and I don't want to be late. So I think I'm actually probably gonna go ahead, put my shoes on, let Navy out, grab my study materials, my calculator and all that, get everything in the car, and get ready to go. So I thought I had a little bit more time than I did, but I'm also like a nervous, I don't know how to explain, but like I get nervous that I'm gonna be late. I hate being late. So I'd rather get somewhere early and have to sit in the car than be somewhere late and be rushing. So anyways, that's it for now. I'll talk to you guys when I get home later. Maybe I'll talk to you in the car, we'll see. I'm definitely treating myself with some Chipotle later. So anyways, that's my update, and I will talk to you guys later today, hopefully with some good news. I don't know if she'll grade it right away or not, we'll see, but anyways, talk to you soon. Hello. Okay, so I'm now home from my exam and going to my dad's house and whatnot. So I did stop by the mailbox to get that book that they put in there yesterday from New Release Tuesday. So I'm going to open that, and my air fryer is going in the back because lunch is going. Y'all, my adrenaline is absolutely plummeting because I was so nervous for that exam, and now I'm like crashing because like my anxiety was so bad. Like I was shaking so bad, like I was literally so nervous. Oh my goodness. But I feel pretty good about it. I think I passed. Hopefully I'll know tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna try and like move on, but I am still obviously very stressed out about the whole situation. But anyway, so the book that I got, Where Dreams Fall by R.L. Calder, one of the girls at work was telling me about this book, and she was saying that it was really, really good. So I picked it up, and I think this cover is so pretty, and I'm excited to have this. So I will be cataloging this in my Notion, and yeah, so anyways, that's where I'm at now. I literally am about to eat my lunch, I think, and like lay down because I'm tired. Oh my god, like that literally has worn me out. So I'm probably gonna take a nap, but I did do some reading, a little bit of reading on the drive and such. So I am 33 chapters into Obsession Falls. It's saying that I have about an hour, just under an hour left in the audiobook. And yeah, so I probably will end up finishing this book today. So that is where I'm at now. Like I said, I'm gonna eat lunch and then I'm probably gonna take a nap because that just like, I'm just not feeling good now. So anyways, I will talk to you guys again later. I got the box with the rest of my romantic suspense order in it, but I'm a little nervous because I feel like this box is a little bit too big for what should be in here, and it's a little beaten up. So hopefully I'm not gonna have to send this back, anything that's in here back, because that would be annoying to me. But I have been laying down for the last little bit, just trying to like calm my mind. But I did not take a nap or anything. I don't know, maybe I still will take a nap. I do have plans to get on a call with my group for our project a little bit later. Okay, so first thing is Where We Started by Ashley Munoz, which is so crazy that I ordered this because I literally have the Rake Forge Royal series by this author and had no idea that she wrote romantic suspense. Also, this is a little bit shorter than I was anticipating, probably because it's taller than I thought it was going to be, but this is a like tall paperback, which I love. And then also too, I grabbed Whispers of You by Catherine Cowles, and this is the first book in the Lost and Found series. I love this cover. I think it's so pretty, plus like the blue. But yeah, you can definitely tell like the difference in the size of the paperbacks. But I'm so excited to have these. This one is the first book in the Stone Riders Virginia, and this is a Stone Riders Motorcycle Club book 1. So I'm excited to get into these, and hopefully I'm going to like them, like we have discussed plenty of time before in my romantic suspense era. So I will need to add these to the Notion as well with the other one that I just unboxed. So I'm gonna go put these in the office, then I'm gonna go and lay back down for a little bit longer. Guys, literally, okay, I just got, well, okay, it's been probably a little while, because my head is like literally killing me from my adrenaline crash from earlier. I did eat some lunch and that did help a little bit, but I've just been laying down because like I've just been so like keyed up about the results for this exam. But she graded it and she put it in and I passed. Oh my gosh, literally that feels so freaking good. I just feel like I have been stressing so bad about this exam over the past few weeks, and especially since I did take it the first time back in January. I took it 2 days after my mom's passing, and it was very hard. It was definitely a hard thing. Anyways, so you know, having to take an exam that pretty much determines whether or not you can graduate a couple days after losing someone that is very important to you is very difficult thing to do. And while I had studied previously in preparation for the exam, I did not study the way that I should have or needed to in that instance, just because of the other circumstances that I had going on. I had to like very suddenly hop on a flight and be out of town just very unexpectedly, like literally had to drop everything to go out to Texas to see my mom before she passed. And so in doing that, like obviously I did kind of put school on the back burner, because in that moment it was not important to me because of other things that were going on and things that were a little bit more important in the moment. And so unfortunately I did fail the first time I took the exam, which I knew going into the exam that I probably was going to fail. I did not have high hopes in taking the exam that first time, but I knew that I was going to need to reschedule it. And fortunately my university does allow us 3 attempts at an exit exam. And so I did schedule my second attempt, obviously, for today. I took the day off work and went in to take the exam, and I passed, which is so amazing. I just feel so incredibly grateful and thankful to be able to not only be able to have a second chance to take this exam, but then to be able to take it and pass it. And I'm graduating in May. I'm graduating in May. Like obviously you guys probably, if you've been around my channel for a while, you would know that I did graduate with my first degree in May of 2022, and I did not do anything for it. I didn't walk for it. I didn't like do anything in regards to me getting and celebrating getting a degree. And so for this one, I just feel like this one is a bit bigger. I feel like I've been working towards this one a little bit longer than that first one, obviously, but I just feel very proud of this one, and I am just so grateful and blessed to be able to be in the position to continue my education. And while I'm done after this, not going back after this, I am done. I'm just grateful to be able to graduate and really complete this in memory of my mom, and just knowing that this is what she would want and that she would be so proud of me. So but anyways, before I get all like sad and sappy, I did just want to let you guys know that I passed my exam. Oh my god, literally I'm so freaking happy and excited about that. Like, oh my gosh, literally. Anyways, so I'm gonna go take some ibuprofen for my head because clearly my headache is hurting. And I'm thinking I'm probably gonna DoorDash some Chipotle tonight because I said earlier that I was going to celebrate taking my exam with some Chipotle, and now that I have passed my exam, we have cause to celebrate for real. So I am going to go take some medicine, like I said, and probably put a DoorDash order in because we do have a group meeting at 7, and it is currently 4:30 right now, and it usually takes them about an hour or so to get to my house whenever they do DoorDash, just because I don't live super close to town. Like, I'm like 15 minutes from like town both ways. Like, I live in between like 2 towns. One's a little bit smaller and one's a little bit bigger, and so I'm about 15 minutes both ways between the towns. So it usually takes them a little while to get to my house. But we got some things coming this way. They're building some stuff around my house, which I'm super excited for. So hopefully that'll bring out more like food places and businesses and things, which, you know, will be good for me because I live here, obviously. But anyways, so I thought I'd give you guys the update. And yeah, so I am gonna try and finish Obsession Falls tonight, and I'll let you guys know what I read it. And then after that, I do plan to get into my April TBR. So I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, so I just finished Obsession Falls by Claire Kingsley, and I really liked this book. I am going to rate it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed this. I thought it was good. I feel like it was your pretty standard romantic suspense, but I will say I was a little shocked on who the actual like stalker was. Like, wow, it wasn't like crazy. Like, I feel like I've read this sort of premise before, but like the actual individual of who it was definitely a little bit shocking to me. But I enjoyed this. I definitely will be continuing on with the series. I did go ahead and order book 2, so that should be here in the next couple of days. But yeah, 3.5 stars to this. Definitely would recommend it. I feel like I'm just really into romantic suspense, so I definitely enjoyed this and would recommend it. But now that I am finished with this book, I will be jumping into my April TBR, and I did get a skip the line copy of the ebook for one of the books that I am planning on reading for my TBR, so I do need to go ahead and start that first. So that is my like first priority read of the month, just because I do have 9 days left in my skip the line because I had like 14 days total or whatever. So with 9 days left, I am planning on starting What Kind of Paradise by Janelle Brown, and this is more of a like literary fiction, sort of like, I don't know if it's like literary suspense or like what, but it does have like a little bit of a more suspenseful edge to it. So I am excited to start this and be reading this. So this is what I will be starting next. And like I said, I have 9 days to return this, and of course there are people waiting in line, so I would like to read this as fast as possible to let other people have a chance to enjoy the book. So I can't say if I will be starting this book tonight or not. It is 6 p.m. and I do have to meet with my group in an hour, and I need to get dinner together. I said that I was gonna DoorDash some Chipotle, but I can't get 2 meats with DoorDash, so I am just gonna have to wait until tomorrow when I go to work to just go to lunch at Chipotle, since I'm in town and since there's Chipotle by my job. I'm just gonna go to Chipotle for lunch tomorrow because I've literally been craving Chipotle since like Monday, I think. Like, I I've been wanting that really bad. So what I think I'm gonna do instead is I think I'm going to figure out dinner for myself and also feed Navy because he will be ready to eat here in a few minutes. Well, he's already ready to eat, but we have to wait until a little bit later for him to eat, until it's like actually time for him to eat. And then I think I'm gonna watch an episode of Love Island until it's time to meet with my group. So that is the plan for the night. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna start anything else. So with that, I will probably end up talking to you tomorrow morning. Happy Friday. So I am getting ready to leave here to go to work, but I did want to give a small little reading update. So I have been reading What Kind of Paradise by Janelle Brown. I did actually end up starting it last night, but I didn't get very far just because like with my group meeting last night, because we ended up pushing it back like 30 minutes. So I was able to start this book last night, but like I said, I didn't get very far. I only read like a couple pages, but so far right now I'm on chapter 5, which is about 7% into the book. I did grab the ebook like we talked about from my library. I was able to get a skip the line copy. So I am on page 31. I did also grab the audiobook from my library as well. So while I've been getting ready for work this morning, I have been listening to the audiobook. So I am probably going to continue listening to the audiobook today while I'm at work. But I just don't really know how I'm feeling about this book so far. I don't know if I'm exactly in the mood for it. So I'm just now realizing that I forgot to haul Diary Bound because I'm sitting here looking at it and I was like, wait. Anyways, that's like not the point. But anyway, so I'm getting ready to go to work. Navy's at the door, he's working. So I'm gonna go let him in. But yeah, not sure how I'm feeling about the book. It's fine so far. I feel like it's, I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, I'm probably gonna keep listening to it while I'm at work today. So I'm gonna go and I will talk to you guys probably when I get home. Quite a bit later now and I am home from work. Navy and I went for a walk and he actually went to play with his dog friend Brody, so they like ran around for a little bit. And now I am about to make myself some dinner and get his dinner situated and everything like that. So I have like pretty much unwound from the day and I'm like in the house until tomorrow. I might run to the grocery store tomorrow to grab a couple things. But yeah, so now I'm in the house and now that I have like finished having to study for my exit exam, I am planning to take this weekend and literally do nothing. I do have some homework that is due. So besides doing that, like literally my plan is to do nothing this weekend, and then obviously come Monday we'll get back into the grind. But I did just want to take a couple days off and just do some reading. So with that, I do have a bit of a reading update. So I have been reading What Kind of Paradise by Janelle Brown, and I'm currently on chapter 22, which is 32% into the book, which is also page 111. And so I have been listening to the audiobook, but I do also have the ebook available to me as well, so I can do like an immersive read type situation. But this book so far, so I will say it did start out a little bit slow at first, and it did take me like a little bit to kind of get into it, but now I am into it and I am a bit nervous about what's about to happen. So basically we are following this girl Jane, and her father live in the woods and they live very secludedly. They're in like the PNW, so they live like off the grid in the woods. It is historical, so it's like the 90s type time period, so she is like a teenager in the 90s. So while there is like internet and like phones and things, it is not as advanced as it is currently. So but even still, the way that her and her father live is very like off the grid. So she doesn't really know anyone but her father. Like they would go into town every once in a while, and she did kind of make friends with the daughter of a woman who owns a bookshop. But her father writes like this very like, I don't want to call it like crackpotty, but like very much like weird manifesto, like the internet is harmful and technology is bad type deal. And while technology does have, you know, its downsides, it overall has some pretty good benefits as well. And so he is pretty much like anti-technology, anti like government, anti everything. Like, we're hiding from the feds. Like, he has her have like a go bag that has like $200 in it. He has like a tunnel under the house, and like he like makes her do drills and things, and like he is cuckoo. But this is all that she knows, and it's very obvious from the start that he is a liar, and that he pretty much lies to Jane to do whatever he can to pretty much keep her under his thumb. And now that she is 17 and she has had a little bit of access to the internet, which she only got because her father was like publishing these like rantings and ramblings in what they call zines, which I'm assuming is like a magazine. But when he was told that the bookstore was no longer going to be selling these zines of his, that he then decides to bring home a computer for his daughter to type up his manifesto and put it on the internet. And he is obviously getting really frustrated because it's not doing very well. And so he like will leave her at their cabin for like days at a time, and it's like very much giving neglect. And he basically told her that there was a job that he needed to go into town for, to Seattle, and she like begs him to take her with him. And so that's where we're at now, and I just have a really bad feeling that something very bad is getting ready to happen to Jane, and I don't like the way that it's like feeling in my gut. So I'm definitely going to continue reading. I am hoping that I can potentially finish this book tonight. I think if I just like sit down and really like lock in, then I can definitely finish it, because it's not like a super long book. I think I have about like 200 pages left. Yeah, I would say probably about 240 pages left in it. So I definitely think that I could potentially finish this book tonight. But I will say, based on the start of it, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but now that we are getting a little bit more into the book, I am definitely liking it a bit more. I'm definitely interested to see where we're gonna go from here. And because I read part of the synopsis, I know that she like ends up leaving the safety, if you will, of her father's home, but I'm just like curious to see how she does that and like what happens. So I'm definitely interested, and I am going to continue reading. So thought I'd give that update. I'm gonna go get myself some dinner, get Amy some dinner, go settle in on the couch, and I will talk to you guys probably once I finish this maybe. And if I don't finish it before going to bed, then where I ended up in What Kind of Paradise. All right, it is now like almost 9 o'clock, and I am so tired, so I think I'm gonna go to bed. But I have been reading What Kind of Paradise, and I'm currently on chapter 35, which is 57% into the book. And I must say that her dad is a wackadoodle. Like, that man is actually psycho. Like I don't get it. But this is very like tech coded, and it's definitely interesting because it's like you're reading about Silicon Valley and like the tech world in like 1997 to 2001 type deal, and it's definitely interesting. If you're into tech, then I feel like I would definitely like recommend this book. But it is also sort of like a literary suspense sort of novel, because there seems to be like a bit of a romance starting to kind of brew right now. And if it is going to happen, I feel like I would be here for it. Like, I feel like if it worked out between her and Lionel, then I feel like I would like that. But I also feel like, based on the prologue, I feel like it probably isn't going to work out between her and Lionel, if I had to assume. I don't know. So it's not like a romance in that aspect, but I do have a feeling that she's probably going to end up falling for him, just because she hasn't had like any real human connection with anyone other than her dad. So yeah, it's definitely interesting like following her as she's like being introduced into a world that she has never known. And I feel like if you like that Amish show. What is it, like Breaking Amish or something? Like, I feel like if you like that show, you might like this. So, but I mean, I am obviously interested in this book and where it's going, but my head is starting to hurt and I'm just so sleepy, so I think I'm gonna go to bed. I didn't read as much as I would have liked just because I did watch like 2 episodes of Love Island. So, and I'm probably going to watch the last 2 episodes of Love Island sometime tomorrow and just finish out the season. But I definitely do plan to finish this tomorrow as well. And then I think I want to try and start something new. I'm feeling like I want to start potentially like Wicked Onyx next. I don't know. I feel like no one is talking about that book and I want to read it. So that way if I like it, I can scream from the rooftops if it's good or not. So I don't know. Right now, I'm reading this, but I should be able to finish it tomorrow. Like I mentioned, I am over halfway at this point, so being that tomorrow I can wake up and just kind of dive right into it because like I said, like I don't have literally anything. I might see about going to the store tomorrow, so we'll see, but I'm gonna go to bed. I'm literally so sleepy, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow. It's now Saturday and I have just been literally taking it so easy. It has been like chillest day, like literally got out of bed, came, laid down on the couch, scroll a little bit, and I just finished my book. So I wanted to update on that. So as you know, I started What Kind of Paradise by Janelle Brown, and I think I'm gonna rate this book 3 stars. I feel like I enjoyed it. I feel like the direction that it kind of went in with the middle bit was a little bit not what I was expecting. Like I thought it was gonna be a bit more suspenseful than it was, and I will say that I feel like she wrote Jane very well in the fact of like she is coming from this very sheltered lifestyle, being thrown into San Francisco in the 90s at freshly 18 and just trying to figure out her place, and then also that not everybody is, 1, who they say they are, or 2, has like your best interests at heart. And so obviously there were a few scenes that were kind of a bit of a tough read, and I will say like the scene with the security guard, it did not go in the way that I had thought it was going to, but I still appreciated the scene. And I definitely will say that everything that happened with like her dad and stuff, I feel like that was more intriguing to me than her once she got to San Francisco. So I don't know. Obviously, I feel like it was good. I don't think it obviously is like my favorite book ever. I will say a bit of like the tech talk did start to get a little like annoying, I guess, kind of to read about. And maybe that's just because I am someone who does work in the industry. So it is like not something that I'm like wanting to necessarily read about in my fiction. Like it doesn't really entice me to want to pick up a book. But anyways, but now that I know that, 3 stars to it. I mean, I feel like I would recommend it. I feel like it was good, but not running out to go buy a copy personally. But anyway, so now I'm thinking that I'm gonna start something else. I do have 2 episodes of Love Island to watch still, so I'm probably gonna do that sometime today. But I did grab 2 options for me to potentially start. So first we've got No Matter What by Cara Bastone. This is a romance book. This is a marriage in trouble romance, forced proximity, which I like. That sounds good to me. And then also too, we've got Wicked Onyx by Debbie Cassidy, and this is a new fantasy romance. So I feel like I could go either way with these. Part of me wants to go Wicked Onyx, but I'm feeling like I'm kind of more, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I am kind of leaning more towards Wicked Onyx. I feel like I am in a like a contemporary romance mood, but I just feel like the last book that I read did kind of put me off a little bit of just like contemporary, just because it was lit fic. So I'm thinking that this is what I'm going to start next, Wicked Onyx, and then we'll see how far I get into this, and if I end up finishing this tonight or today or something, then maybe I will go into No Matter What after that. But anyways, so I'm probably going to start this now, and I will update you once I have some thoughts and I've made it a little bit into the book. So my question is why is nobody talking about this book? So I am currently 92 pages in to this book, y'all. I feel like the marketing for this book has been done a disservice. Like, I feel like this could be like the next potential like big romantasy book. Like, so, and I'm only 90 pages in, y'all. Like, I am having such a good time so far. Like, we are following Anna Maya, and her family bloodline has been cursed based on something that her ancestor did like a few years back. Like, it's her great grand aunt, I think. So I mean, like, it's been a minute, and every person in her bloodline is like cursed because of what old girl did back in the day. And so she is now the last person of her bloodline. And so she goes to this school called Knightsbridge Academy, where she's like, hey, like, I'm the last of my bloodline. The rules say that you're not supposed to let any of the bloodlines die, and yet here I am, so let me in. And they're like, well, actually, because of what old girl did, like, we don't really have to let you in. Like, we could just kill you because, you know. And she's like, I don't know about that. And she's basically just trying to prove the innocence of her family and her bloodline. But before we get into all that, like, the beginning doesn't start with her just going to the school. Like, it starts with her, and she is working for this like institution where there are like these creatures, because it is sort of like a urban sort of fantasy, because there is technology, but technology is held up with magic. Like, magic is the reason that technology works, not like engineering and, you know, how we know it today. And there are these creatures, but there's also like vampires and like monsters and like all of your regular fantasy creatures in this book. And so it starts out, she is freelancing, which she's not supposed to be doing, on top of the regular job that she works to get money to pay for her mother's medicine, because a part of the curse, her mother is suffering from pain. It's a very slow death, which essentially is part of the curse on her family, which it seems like the curse manifests differently in each person of her family. So her mother's experiencing pain, but she experiences something else, and I don't really want to get into like what she is, because I don't want to like spoil anything, obviously. But so then her mother ends up dying. And I mean, like, she dies in like chapter 1. So her mother leaves her a letter and is like, hey, everything you need to know about our family line, look under my bed, and like, we'll get you sorted. And so she then finds all the information about her bloodline, and she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the school. And so where I'm at now is she was like going to the school to try and persuade them into letting her in. And we've already had like a monster attack scene, which was so interesting because you see her interactions with the hunters, which is what the school is essentially creating. They are creating the hunters that will go out and like fight these monsters. And so she has an interaction with the hunters after, like, on her way to the academy. And so I think that one of the hunters that she interacts with could potentially be the love interest of this book. But she said that he's like, you know, she's out to get him because of something that he did. And like, she tells, but like, I don't want to spoil it for you guys because I feel like you guys need to read this. But literally, I don't know, like, I am having such a good time with this. It's so fun so far. And like, she is so snarky, and like, she has like, her attitude is just literally, I love it. She's like telling them, they're like, well, we could kill you now. And she's like, fuck you. Like, no, like, you're not doing that. Like, how dare. And I'm like, okay, yeah, as we all, I fear, would be in this situation. I fear that she is right. Like, absolutely. And so now we're getting sort of into her like being at the academy and like what happens after her meeting with like the council of the school. And now she's going to obviously try and find the documentation and things that she needs to prove her family's innocence. And yeah, honestly, low-key, I'm eating it up. I feel like the only thing that would make this book like a million times better is if this is a why choose. I fear that it's not, because there's like one of the like older vampire who's like over one of the houses. I feel like that could be a potential. And then of course the hunter that she ran into, potential. Like literally, I don't know, I'm seeing so much potential in a why choose for this book. Do I think it's gonna go that way? No, probably not, but it is giving like kind of dark vibes, and like I'm here for it. I feel like there's probably gonna be like potentially like some bullying involved. I don't know, but I'm eating it up. And then also too, I did want to let you guys know that I'm probably about to run to the store. So it's like 6:30. I'm gonna let Navy outside because he's like scratching at the door because he wants to go out. And then I think I'm gonna run to Publix, and hopefully they have what I am wanting and needing out of there, because last time I went to Publix, they didn't have what I was looking for. So I don't want to drive there for them to not have it. But anyways, so I'm gonna go run to Publix, let Navy out, do all the things. And then when I get back, I'm sitting down and I'm reading because I'm really loving it. I'm really into it right now. It is just after 10:40 and I'm thinking that I'm about to go to bed here now because I am getting sleepy, but I have been reading Wicked Onyx and I am having such a good time reading this book. I am now on chapter 19, 176, so I'm about halfway through it, and it is giving like Zodiac Academy vibes, sort of. Like the academy setting and like the malicious intent is sort of giving Zodiac Academy vibes, but I feel like it's more gothic than Zodiac Academy is, and I would say it's written a little bit better than Zodiac Academy is, but I am just having a really good time. Like I feel like the magic system is interesting. There is like portal magic in here. There's all kinds of creatures. We just got a ratican, which is essentially like a gigantic rat, and like there's a dragon, which it's like a sea dragon because it came from out of the sea, which is so interesting. We've got sirens, we've got vampires, we've got like snake shifters, so like basically like a basilisk pretty much, and of course like sorcerers and enchanters, and just like, I don't know, it's so magical, and I am just really enjoying my time. I feel like this is also too such like a popcorn book in a sense that it's reading so fast, and like I'm just wanting to keep reading, and I feel like the writing style is so easy to read, and that while we are setting up a magic system that is quite complex, I feel like the writing style is making it easy to read and understand, which I'm really enjoying. So I definitely do see myself finishing this tomorrow. I honestly feel like I would stay up and read this a little bit longer if I wasn't so sleepy, but I'm definitely thinking that I'm going to finish this tomorrow. I'm really enjoying it. And also too, I was looking on Debbie Cassidy's Instagram, and book 2 is called Wicked Spirits, and it comes out in December. So we do get book 2 this year, which is super exciting, and I have a feeling that this is going to end on a cliffhanger of some sort, and I don't know. I'm really enjoying this book, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. This book has literally been calling to me for the past like couple months, like since I got this book. I feel like it's been calling to me, and so I'm glad that I'm finally picking it up, and I am super excited to see where we go. I'm loving Anna. Like her personality is just like speaking to me, and it like is so good. I'm loving reading from her head and like her point of view. I will say I would love to get more point of views like in future books in the series, and I'm still so intrigued to know like who the romance is gonna be between, which I will say I'm not like super obsessed with trying to figure out the romance. Like I feel like I'm so entertained by just her and the dynamic of her friend group, of the friends that she's making, and just everything that's going on, that I honestly don't really care about the romance. Like it's not like, oh my gosh, like I'm just ready for the romance to happen so that way we can get something. No, I'm like literally, I feel like the romance is the last thing on my mind. Like obviously I keep thinking about it when she's having like interactions with like these different guys. I'm like, ooh, could it be him? Or like, could it be him? Or like, could it be him? But that's just more of like me being like, okay, like I wonder where it's gonna go in this aspect and not like, oh my gosh, like we need a romance to make it that much better, because I just feel like I'm really enjoying Anna as a character. I'm really enjoying the world so far. I'm really enjoying her trying to navigate this new place with people that she doesn't know, trying to figure out who she can and can't trust, and like just her just, you know, being and going to the school and like having this friend group that she wants to trust, but like she can't really make herself trust them just yet. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just really liking it. I'm just really liking it, and I am so excited to see where it goes tomorrow. So with that, I'm gonna go to bed and I will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of this vlog, so I will of course let you know my thoughts and feelings on Wicked Onyx, and if I end up finishing it, what my rating is and everything like that. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning. I have a package to unbox. I did end up going to the mailbox last night when I left to go to the store, and then I also got this, which is really exciting. I don't think I can tell you about it just yet, just because the announcement won't be until April, later in the month sometime, maybe, potentially, I don't know. But I obviously don't want to spoil what's in this, but I am really excited for this and the opportunity that's coming with this. So I will be opening this, but I am really excited. Let me see, because I do want to see what's in it. And I'm just gonna be one of those annoying YouTubers that just like doesn't show you. So sorry about that, but I promise that it is exciting. Ooh, came wrapped. Ooh, it's all of them. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, they look so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have these. That's so exciting. I literally just saw a Scribble Prints theme that I'm gonna need to go buy for that stuff. So that's so exciting. Okay, but anyways, to the Amazon package. So this is a book, of course, because when is it not? And this is Storms and Secrets by Claire Kingsley. This is the second book in the Haven Brothers series, I think is the name of the series. But as we know, I finished Obsession Falls earlier this week, so I did purchase book 2. And I'm super excited to get into this and read this. I love romantic suspense, and we're following Zach and Marigold in this one. So I'm definitely interested to see, because there were hints that Marigold liked one of the brothers, but we weren't sure who. So I'm excited to get into this. And then also too, I'm thinking I'm gonna do my nails today, because it's been about 2.5-ish weeks since I did them. So I'm thinking that I'm probably going to do these really quickly. I did make a coffee because I was originally planning to like sit here and read for a few minutes, but I fear if I do that, then I'm gonna put off doing my nails and other things. So I think I'm gonna go do my nails first, and then come back and do reading. And then I do have a homework assignment that's due tonight that I need to do, and I do need to work on I'm probably gonna work on the project tomorrow. I'm probably not gonna work on it any today, but I do have an assignment that is due tonight that I absolutely do need to do. So I'm gonna do that at some point today. I probably will go ahead and do that so I can go ahead and get it over with and like submit it and stuff. So yeah, I'm really just trying to plan out my day accordingly. But the main goal for today is to finish Wicked Onyx, because I am just really enjoying this. So this is, I want to do everything else that I need to do so that way I can sit down and finish this book. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, do my nails, do my homework assignment, probably throw on some laundry so that way I can start Wicked Onyx. So let's head to the kitchen island so I can sit and do my nails. Okay, so I am going to be trying this Magic Off Remover for the first time, because last time I like redid my nails, I literally just like peeled them off. So this time I'm gonna try and do better and actually use what's supposed to take them off. Also, I didn't realize that this was going to be sealed like this, but so I'm not sure. I don't know if this is just like cuticle oil or what. Oh, it also comes with the pushers. Good. Okay, so I am trying to use up all of the ones that I had before I purchased my new ones. So I will be using these white ones that I had. So this is the next set that I'm going to be doing. I have already used these previously, so hopefully I will have the sizes that I need. It looks like potentially we'll have to see because I don't know. I feel like I use different sizes every time. So anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead, get going. And I've got, of course, my little file, my little wipe, my cuticle pusher, plus the extra ones that they gave with this. And because I think they say just like apply a little bit to your cuticle and then use the pusher to get it underneath. So I don't know. Okay, it's like a little dropper. Okay, interesting. So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing this. I'm probably gonna watch a YouTube video, and yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on into it. I need to go get my little block for this, so BRB. Okay, I finished doing my nails. They're now white, and it took me just under an hour. I was watching Kendall's video, and her video was 56 minutes long, and I'm currently sitting at 56:04, and there's 25 seconds left in her video. So it literally took me just under an hour to do this, and I will say that's really not that bad considering I did actually have to take them off this time, because obviously last time when I did my nails and I said it took me about like 30 minutes, I had already taken the nails off previously. So honestly, an hour from start to finish, I feel like that's honestly not too bad. But now that I'm done with this, I do really want to sit down and read Wicked Onyx, but I know that I also have a homework assignment that I need to do, but it's not due until obviously like 11:59. So maybe I'll sit down, read, and then if I finish this, or I need to take a break from the book, then I will go submit my assignment and do it really quickly, because it shouldn't take me very long to do it. You know what? No. Why am I trying to talk myself into waiting when I should literally just go do it now and get it over with, and then I don't have to worry about it? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go do it now. Okay, problem solved. Okay, I finished my assignment that was due for the day. So now I think I'm gonna work on some lunch, because it is now just after 11. So I'm thinking I'm gonna figure out something, because all I've had today was coffee. So I am getting a bit hungry. So I did grab some Panera mac and cheese yesterday from Publix when I went. So I am going to eat that, I think. And then I might also make like some chicken or something to go with it. So yeah, but then also too, I did grab these sweet potato puffs. They're like sweet potato tater tots pretty much. And that sounds so good to me. So maybe I'll do like the chicken and the sweet potato tots instead of the macaroni and cheese. But yeah, honestly, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make that for lunch, and then I'm gonna get into reading. I do have one episode left of Love Island All-Stars, and it's the finale, and I do already know who won. So I'm trying to decide if I want to watch that while I eat or not, but I'm definitely about to start up my food. So it's going in the air fryer, of course. And so yeah, I'm gonna make the chicken. I have some like chicken nuggets, and it's like these breaded chicken nuggets from Sam's, and they're so good. They're so good. So I think I'm gonna do those, and then the sweet potato tots situation. and then I'm gonna do some reading, I think. I'm also going to put in a load of laundry, I think, while that's cooking, and probably try and attempt to maybe wash the dishes while that's also cooking. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, I did do a little bit of editing for a vlog, but I then just like could not be bothered. So I only edited like one clip, and it literally didn't need any editing for real. It just needed like a few deletes in certain spots. So I can't be bothered with that today. So I'm not gonna do it. So I'm gonna eat, and I'll talk to you guys again probably once I finished Wicked Onyx, let you know my final thoughts and rating. So you're sitting here and you're telling me that this book is not a why choose. Like, you're telling me that our main character is literally almost died. She almost died. She's in the infirmary, and there's two guys standing over her bed, like pretty much arguing about how she almost died, and you're telling me that she doesn't end up with both of them? Not to mention her enemy. I mean, he's not here in this scene, but like, you're telling me she didn't end up with him too? Because what do you mean? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe we'll get a little bit more later on / in book 2, but you can't tell me that this is not going in that direction. I refuse to believe that this is not going in that direction. It has to. It has to. I just finished Wicked Onyx. I think I'm giving this book 4.5 stars. This book was so good. Like, it was actually so good. It was better than I anticipated. It was better than I thought it was gonna be, and I'm so excited for book 2. Like, I have so many questions I want to know the answers to. There is so many directions this book and the story could go in, and I feel like it was quite unique in a sense. Like, while I feel like it took on your regular fantasy aspects, I feel like it was still also very unique in the way that it was told, and especially at the ending, because I'm like, oh my goodness, like that was not what I was expecting at all, and I really enjoyed this book. Oh my gosh, I can't believe more people are not talking about this book. It was so good. And I definitely urge you to pick this book up if you are at all interested in it at all. It is I don't even want to say like witchy, because like it is, but it isn't, because it's not like witches in your typical sense, and like the magic isn't like your typical magic. Like, everything is held together by like a weave type situation, and honestly it was so good. It was so good. I feel like I really liked this. I really liked this. And 2, I will say, like I mentioned earlier, the relationship, like while this is classified as romantasy, it's definitely, yes, it does lean romantasy, but I feel like this first book is definitely just more fantasy. And I feel like the way that the friendships were written, the friendship dynamic in this first book was written so good that I am more invested in Anna and her making friends and her like coming to terms with the fact that she no longer has to only rely on herself more. I'm liking that more than the potential relationships. Like, granted, there is, you know, potential for there to be romance. There was one little sort of spicy instance, which I have heard based on looking on the author's Instagram, that book 2 is a bit more spicier. But honestly, like, I didn't even care. Like, I don't know, like, oh my gosh, it was just so good. Like, please read this book. I just feel like it was so good. I really enjoyed it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I finally finished it. It was so good. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, cannot wait for book 2. It comes out December 1st, called Wicked Spirit, and I've already pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it, and I will be getting it in December when it comes out, and I will be reading it. It was, oh my goodness, it was too good. And then we did get Vitra's point of view. there at the end. And oh my goodness, literally, what is he up to? What is he up to? I can't. I have no theories at all as to where the story's gonna go. And I like that. There's no theories, but I'm like, and then too, like, I don't know. There's just so much. There's so much to unpack, I feel like. And I had the best time. Reading this. So anyways, 4.5 stars to this. Definitely pick this book up. If you think that it remotely sounds interesting to you, pick it up. I recommend it. It's so freaking good. But anyways, now that I'm finished with this, I think I will be moving on to my next book, since I did already do my homework for the day and I don't really have anything else going on. I do need to take my laundry and put it in the dryer, but other than that, that's it. I did move some books from where they were in the hallway to like a different section of the hallway, and so I will probably start pulling some books off of my shelves here soon, just because on Tuesday it'll be 1 week until my flooring comes in, and so obviously I want to go ahead and start trying to get as much stuff out of the room that I can get by myself, so then that way my dad can come and we can like move everything else out and he can start floors, which is so exciting. I'm so excited to be getting hardwood in the front room, well, in literally all the rooms, but I am super excited to be getting hardwood, so that is going to be so fun. I'm so excited. But anyways, so I think I had in my brain that I wanted to start No Matter What by Cara Stone next, and so that still could be an option. We'll see. I think I'm gonna give it a few minutes and try and see how I'm feeling. Part of me does want to start Secrets and Storms, whatever, the next book in the Haven Brothers series. Part of me does want to start that, but I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a few minutes. I'm gonna walk around for a minute, look around, and see if anything else is calling me. But man, I wish I had book 2 to this, because wow, it was so good. I'm definitely feeling like I'm gonna check out some of this author's backlist, because she does have a couple of other series and I think they're complete. So did I just find a new author? I think so. I decided to pick up Storms and Secrets by Claire Kingsley. I feel like the order that I tried to like read my TBR in order to not get like burnt out and to actually give all the books on my TBR like a fighting chance of getting read is I like to interchange them with a mood read. So like I was reading Obsession Falls just because I inherited that book with the month, just because I had started it before the month had started, so it just kind of rolled over into April. But I did read 2 books from my April TBR, so I decided to go with a book that wasn't on the TBR, and then I will go back to the TBR after this book and see if there's something on it that I'm interested in. I definitely feel like I probably will be reading No Matter What sometime next week, but I was feeling like this is what was calling my name. Like I was wanting more of a romantic suspense, because obviously, but so this is what I decided to go with, and I did start this, and I'm definitely interested to see what I'm gonna think about this book. So I'm not very far into it. I am on chapter 5, which is page 36. In this, we're following Marigold and Zachary, and there is some tension between the two of them. We don't exactly know why. They don't really get along. It's clear from the beginning that Zachary is like in love with Marigold, but he is just being like avoidant of her because of something that I guess happened when they were younger, something that he says that he did. And so now he has this like brush with death, and so now he's made it his life mission to be like, okay, no, actually I've had these feelings for her, I have these feelings for her, I need to tell her, I need to get her to fall in love with me, like, you know. But based on the back of the book, it seems like there is another man that comes into the picture, and he is not what he seems, and that he, on here, he could be the devil himself, is what is said on the back of the book regarding this other male love interest, I guess. So I'm definitely interested to see. I don't typically love when there's like an additional love interest, if you will, in the book, but again, romantic suspense. Clearly he's got nefarious intentions probably, so I am excited to continue reading this. So I am going to keep reading. It is like, I don't even know what time it is, but I'm definitely going to start on dinner soon. So I did download the audiobook from Audible. It was like $5. So I grabbed the audiobook and I'm going to be listening to it while I make dinner. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'll update again probably a little bit later. I could potentially finish this tonight. We'll see. But for now, I'm just going to kind of just read with no intention of trying to attempt to finish this tonight. If this is going where I think it's going, Preston is icky, and his friend. Preston and his friend are both icky. Because for a second I thought this book was being told like a book within a book, because we know that Marigold is like, I don't know, she's a bit of a romantic. So I'm under the impression that she is like writing this secret book. She has these like secret dreams of becoming an author, and so we're following this girl within the book that she's like writing. That is not the case at all. So we're also getting a third point of view from this girl named Brielle, who has gone missing from the town that this is taking place in. And she doesn't have like the best home life. So she's like, oh yeah, nobody's looking for me. Like maybe my friends, but like probably not, because I've run away before. So like I told everybody that I was like leaving to go to Vegas. So no one's probably looking for me. And so she ends up hitchhiking, and this guy takes her to a cabin, and now she's like in this cabin, and he is essentially trafficking her in this cabin outside of the town. And it is so hard to read. It's very hard to read. Like it's literally, and I mean, the only thing that's happened, so we've just had like the first scene where something is like happening. Obviously up until this point, like you are thinking like, oh, maybe, but no, we get to like an actual scene, and it's not like, it's assault regardless. Like it's assault, but it's not like full on, like, it's not, I'm trying to think of a way to say this. While it is assault, because it definitely is, it's coercion, it's under the influence, it is assault. It isn't all the way. They don't take it all the way. I'll just say it like that. So, it's assault. It's like she's getting assaulted, and like that's just what it is. There's no way to like go around it. Like it's assault. So we're like following her point of view. And so when we're also getting Marigold and Zachary's point of view, you have people going around town and it's like, hey, this girl Brielle is missing. And so that's when it started to click for me, like, oh, this is not a story within a story. Like this is a third point of view of like something that's actually happening. And obviously I think that it's going to tie back to Preston, who is the man that has set his sights on Marigold. And I feel like he is trying to use her as his like security blanket in a sense, because it's like, oh no, I could never do these things. Don't you see me? I have a girlfriend. Like I have a girlfriend. I would never do something like that. I'm a lawyer. I have a lot of money. I'm a lawyer, and this is my girlfriend, and she's an upstanding member of the community, and she owns a hair salon, and she's so sweet, and I would never do anything like that. Yeah, okay. And frankly, this book is like low-key, like it's firing me up, because I'm like, that is so disgusting and awful, and I hope that they get him. But I hope that old buddy gets what's coming to him, because he is literally disgusting and I cannot root for him. And I hope they find Brielle, and I hope that she is not too traumatized, which of course she's going to be traumatized, because it is traumatizing, especially because she thinks that this man likes her, and she's just a kid. Well, I mean, she's adult technically, but like she's 19 years old. Like she's still a kid. Like, you know, we're all learning things as we grow every day, and like I am not the same person I was at 19 almost a decade later. Like, and so to just like read what is happening to her, it's so sad and heartbreaking, and I really hope they find her and she doesn't die, and that she, you know, it doesn't get taken too far to where she can't like recover, because it's awful. It's literally awful, and that is not at all where I thought the story was going to go. And so it's definitely hitting a lot harder than I anticipated. Also too, I will say there's no triggers in this book. Like you don't even get a page for the dedication before it goes straight into it. So there's literally no trigger warning. So if you are thinking about picking this series up, which I mean, I definitely am recommending the series. The first book was really good, and this book is really good too. Like this book is really good too. But if you do want to check out the series, definitely this book has a trigger for sexual assault and drugging and like just, yeah, so trafficking. But yeah, so anyways, I'm going to get back into this and see how much more of it I can get read. I don't know what I did with my phone, so I'm gonna have to go find that. But other than Preston being an absolute piece of garbage, I am really enjoying this book so far. Also too, like he's giving like Christian Grey low-key, like with the flight to Seattle type situation. Like I literally was reading that and I was like, is he trying to say that he's like Christian Grey? Like, is he trying to give Christian Grey vibes? And like, but anyways, so I'm gonna go find my phone and I will talk to you guys again probably next time when I go to close out this video. Okay, so I did not end up finishing Storms and Secrets, but I definitely will finish this tomorrow. But I did want to go ahead and close out this vlog. I am ending on a cliffhanger of a chapter. I had a feeling that something like this was getting ready to happen. So I am very like anxious to know how everything's gonna work out in the end. I don't know. I just feel like romantic suspense has just been so good for me lately because it's keeping me on my toes and I like that. But I will say Preston, icky, don't like him. Horrible human being. Absolute trash of a man. And I hope that he gets what's coming to him. So I'm hoping that Garrett will come in and save the day. And also too, I think Garrett's book is next, so I probably am going to go ahead and order the next book in this series because I am enjoying my time reading it. And I probably will interchange these books throughout the rest of the month, which I did not realize that this series was not complete. I knew that there was going to be like 6 books I think in the series, and I did not realize that only 4 of them are out, which I think, or is it 7? Let me double check because it might actually only be 3 books that are out. So let me look, because I remember looking at that and being like, I probably should pre-order because the next book comes out this month. So this is book 2, of course. And then, so book 3 is out, book 4 is out, book 5 comes out on Tuesday. Yes, on Tuesday. So book 5 comes out on Tuesday, and then book 6 comes out in September. Okay, so that means that I will be able to read the first 5 books in the series, and then I'll have to pre-order book 6 for September because I am really enjoying the series. But obviously I have a couple of other romantic suspense series in the backlog, so once I'm done with this series or all of the books that are out in the series, then I do have some other ones that I can get into. And I think a couple of those ones are, well, I know one of them is standalone, but I think a couple of them are like completed series, or at least I hope so anyway. But I fear this is my genre of the year, at least at this point so far. It's between like this and dark romance, which I feel like this is hitting a little bit better than dark romance is for me. While I have read some really good dark romance this year, nothing is comparing to the romantic suspense and the journey that I am on with it. But anyways, so I'm about to go eat an Uncrustable before I go to bed, but it is 9:15 and it is a work night, so I fear that I am gonna have to get ready to go to bed here soon, and I will be having to finish Storms and Secrets tomorrow. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. I will have all my social media linked down in the description. If you made it to this point in the video, leave the storm cloud emoji to let me know that you've made it all the way to the end. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.